Hello there, it's Leslie Fightmaster, and welcome to our 27-minute flow. So we're going to start sitting. This one's going to focus on the neck and the shoulders. I've had some people asking for this particular class, Adelia B. and Ilsa Il, and some others. So we're just going to start sitting. Sit up nice and tall. Take a moment here to set your intention for your practice. As always, all intentions are welcome. This is just for you to connect into your practice and make it more personal to you. Have a strap handy and a block if you have those, a blanket to sit on if you have that as well, or a towel. And you can use a towel as a strap as well. And I'm just going to sit up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep the arms out, around, and up. And face the palms toward each other. Then interlace the fingers. Exhale, palms face toward the ceiling. So as you lengthen, inhale, keep the ribs and belly drawn in, the back ribs lifting. As you exhale, turn and look over to the right side. Let the shoulder blades release toward the waist. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn and look toward the left arm. Breathing here. Inhale, center. And exhale, release. Once again, we'll sweep. Actually, we'll sit up tall first, take a breath, and then inhale, sweep the arms up, interlace with the other pinky in the front, so the non-dominant interlace. Face the palms up, and draw the ribs in. Watch that they don't pop out, don't overarch the back. Inhale. As you exhale again, look to the right. Keep the front ribs drawing in, lift up through the back ribs, staying nice and tall. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn to the left. As you're lengthening tall through all four sides of the waist, make sure that your sit bones are grounding onto the floor or the blanket. And release the arms and then draw the shoulders back and roll them back. And again, widening the collarbones. And now take your right shoulder or right ear to your right shoulder and left arm out to the left, flexing the wrist. You're going to touch your right head or your head with your right hand, not pulling, but just a little extra weight to stretch out the side of the neck. So again, make sure that right shoulder doesn't creep up by the ear. It wants to, so make sure it stays nice and soft and relax it. Take another breath here. Letting all that tension just melt out of your body. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder to left ear or ear to shoulder. Take the left hand, let it rest on the head, right arm out, and flex the right wrist. Make sure that left shoulder drops down away from the ear. And breathe here, stretching out the side of the neck. Again, feeling all the tension just release and melt away. I'm very excited to announce a new course I'm putting together with my yoga teacher. It's all on Ashtanga, and it's suitable to beginners up to intermediate, or maybe even advanced. It's really good for anybody. Take another breath here. I know a lot of people are interested in the Ashtanga tradition, and this will be a wonderful course all about it and how to practice it. As well as, of course, the practice, the Ashtanga practice. Release, bring the head back to center, and then draw the shoulders back. Look up on your inhale, so looking up toward the ceiling, and then exhale, bring the chin down slightly. Inhale, lift the head, not throwing it back, but just lift it gently. And then exhale, bring the chin down slightly. Grab your strap, or if you've got a towel or something else, use that, or a belt or a tie. Go wider than shoulder distance. Inhale, lift up, let the strap go all the way back. When you get behind you, just release it and then bring it to the front. So arms are wider than shoulder, maybe quite a bit wider. So as you inhale, reach up and then opening the chest. It's such a great stretch in the chest as well. And then take it behind you, exhaling, and release the strap and then bring it around the front. And again, same thing. Inhale, you might need it wider. Maybe you don't need it quite as wide. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, take them all the way back behind you. Keep the ribs in as best you can. And then this time we'll bring it up and forward as long as that doesn't bother your shoulders. And all the way down. And then we'll set that strap off to the side. Come off your blanket if you're on one and roll onto your knees and hands. And if your knees are bothering you, mine was kind of bothering me today, so you can always put a blanket underneath the knees to pad them up. And you're going to sit right up onto the knees. So inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, we're going to fold forward, sweep your right arm back, take your left ear to the floor, and left arm's going to reach forward. Now the hips are right above the knees, and just stretch here. It's a great stretch for the shoulders and the neck. And then we'll come on up, reach both arms up. Exhale, sweep the left arm back, and we're going to come right onto your right ear. So if it doesn't reach, just go down as far as you can comfortably. Hips are over the knees, and gently draw the left hip back as well. Reach the right arm forward, stretching it out. And then we'll come on back up. And child's pose. Take the hips back to the heels, but keep the arms extended in front for Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. And then up onto the knees. Inhale, bring the chest forward. So the wrists are still in front of the shoulders here. Exhale, press away from the floor, round the back, and then take the hips all the way back to the heels. So we'll lengthen out the breath here. As you inhale, come up onto the knees. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Bring the chest forward. Keep inhaling. And now start your exhale. So exhale, exhale, all the way back, hips to the heels. And then once again, inhale. So lengthening out the in-breath. So come on up as you inhale, bringing the chest forward through the gates of the arms. Widen the collarbones. And then as you exhale, lengthen out that exhale, taking the hips all the way back to the heels, stretching out the spine and the arms. Keep the shoulder blades moving toward the waist so there's no tension around the ears. Inhale again. Long inhale, so it's a slower movement. Bring the chest forward, lift the tailbone just a little bit. Exhale, exhale, exhale. This time when you get all the way back, exhale all the air out and draw the belly in and up for a moment, just holding the breath out. And then when you're ready for an inhale, come back up onto the hands and knees. I'm going to move the blanket out of the way here, keeping the wrists in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes and lift up and back for down dog. Keep the knees bent for a moment. And stretch out the spine. Then reach the right heel and then the left heel. So bicycling the legs. Arms and ears are in line. Be sure your arms are shoulders distance apart and your feet are hips distance. Spread out through the fingers. Let your head just move a little, nodding yes and turning the head no. Again, just to lengthen out the neck and give it some movement. And let it relax. We hold a lot of tension in the neck and the shoulders and the jaw, so let all of that go. So you're moving the weight up to the hips and then pressing it down through the heels. The ribs are drawing in and so is the belly. Inhale, lift your right leg back and up from the inner thigh, hips level. Exhale, just draw the knee in toward the belly, shoulders over wrists, and then step it all the way up. Take the left knee to the floor, fingertips on the floor, or if you can't reach, use blocks, then come on up. Reach up, sink the hips forward, tuck the back toes under. Keep the ribs pulling in, then take your wrist, your right wrist, and reach over to the right side. So you're going to pull the right hand over a little bit. And inhale through center, exhale, release. If you have a block handy, take the left hand on it, reach the right arm up, then twist. Try and get this twist from above the waist. So the right hip will continue to pull back, the left hip will drop forward and down. And then we'll release the right arm. Tuck the back toes and back to plank. Top of a push-up, shift forward, slowly lower to the floor. Knees can always come down first. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra. Peel the chest up, draw the hands toward the feet. Widen across the collarbones. Keep the belly lifted, and then lower. Interlacing fingers at the low back. Inhale, Shalabhasana. Lift the legs as well from the inner thighs. Reach the knuckles toward the heels. Keep the belly pulling in and the back of the neck long. Breathe. And release. Hands by low ribs. Pressing up to plank. Knees can be up or down. And then lifting the hips. Stretch all the way to down dog. Left leg lifts. Inhale from the inner thigh. Exhale, draw it in slowly, the knee toward the belly. And looking forward, step it up by the left hand quietly. Right knee down. Pat up the knee if it needs any padding. Come on up on your inhale. Pull the left hip back. Tuck the back toes under. Reach up. Tailbone's going to drop down. And then grab your right wrist. Pull with the left hands. You're stretching the side body. Let your arms and ears stay in line as well. Keep the left knee over the ankle. And keep pulling the left hip gently back. Breathe into the side waist. Release. Hands to the floor. Right hand on a block. Inhale. Turn to the left and reach up through the left arm. But continue trying to draw the left hip back and lift the right hip away from the floor a little. And turn your gaze to look up at your left hand. Exhale, release it down and step into plank pose. So you can go right to down dog or shift forward through chaturanga, hugging the elbows and shoulders no lower than elbows, but then go all the way down. Interlace fingers, other pinky on top. Inhale again, Shalabhasana. Lift up, lift through the inner thigh. So you're lifting from there. Back of the neck is long. And keep the belly pulling in, the tailbone reaching to the heels. And release and lower. Hands by low ribs. Take an inhale to press up to plank, knees up or down, and then to downward facing dog. And let's breathe here for a couple rounds of breath. Arms or shoulders distance, feet hips width. Try to lengthen out your inhale and your exhale here. Keeping the inhale and exhale equal in length. And then look forward, bend the knees, step or float your feet up. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look up. Exhale and fold. Crown of the head will reach down, hips over heels if legs are straight. Press down through the feet, rise up, inhale, look up, lengthen. And then exhale to Samastitihi. Let's come to the front of the mat in Tadasana just for a moment. Lift the chest. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lengthen. And then as you exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. The hips will go back as you come forward. Then hips right below or right above the heels. Take the feet hips width, interlace the fingers or hook the thumbs at the low back, and then another shoulder stretch. Reach the arms up and maybe over toward the front of the mat. Let the crown of the head reach down. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to. And then the weight can be in the heels. If the legs are straight, though, shift the weight toward the balls of the feet. And then release. Come on up. Release the hands. Sweep the arms up and look up gently with the neck. And then fold over the legs again. Feet are still hips distance for just a moment. Inhale to lengthen. And then interlace again. Other pinky or thumb on top. And fold again. Uttanasana with the hands clasped, stretching the shoulders. Let the neck be really, really long. Nod your head no, shake it yes if that feels good to get any tension out. Bend the knees a little to come up and then hands to the floor. Step back into plank and through chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows and then again to the floor. Inhale, cobra, lower high and up to upward facing dog if you like, and then lift the hips, downward dog. Right leg lifts as you inhale, then bend the knee and open up through the hip. Press evenly through the arms and shoulders. Reach the left heel toward the floor. Square off the hips, looking forward. Draw the knee in. Hover for a moment. And then step it between the hands. Spin the back heel flat. Inhale, come on up, warrior two. Exhale, make sure your right knee's over the ankle and you're lined up. Front heel and back arch. Gaze over the fingertips. Lift the chest, but let the shoulder blades release. Remember, find some softness in the shoulders and neck today. Drop the left arm reverse, bending into the right knee, maybe a little deeper. Then inhale forward, take right forearm to right thigh, lift the left arm straight up. Option to take the right hand to the pinky toe side of the foot on a block or floor. Keep the left arm reaching up. Then exhale, reach it forward, sweep it all the way around in a circle. Inhale, arm reaches up, exhale, reach it over. and circle around. Again, inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, stretch it to the front of the mat and then circle it all the way around. Inhale the arm up. Pausing here, press into the front heel, warrior two, then take the feet to parallel. Toes will point in a little. Interlace again the fingers behind you or hook the thumbs. Open the chest, inhale. Fold, exhale. Crown of the head will reach toward the floor. Doesn't have to touch, of course. Now check where the weight is in the feet. If you can, shift it a little toward the balls of your feet. Gaze off the tip of the nose, keeping a nice steady gazing point. And breathe, always checking in with the breath. Squeeze the outer hips, inner thighs. Inhale to come up. Then we'll turn the right leg out again, heel to arch, arms to a T. Hinge from the front hip crease. Lean as far forward as you can. Bring your right hand down to the shin block floor and lift up through the left fingertips. Arms are in line, shoulders in line. Exhale, reach the left arm forward in line with the ear, stretching it forward. Inhale, lift it up, and exhale, bring it back to the hip. Now longer inhale, so inhale, inhale all the way to the front, arm and ear in line. And then exhale, long exhale, take the hand all the way back to the hip with one long exhale. Once more, inhale, 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 reach it all the way forward, stretch it out, and then exhale, 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 taking the hand back to the hip. Now take your hand onto the hip, bending the right knee for half moon. Float the right leg up, the right hand 6 to 12 inches in front, and the pinky toe side and that left leg is up. The heel and the hip about in the same line with that left leg. If you can look up, or maybe forward, or you can always look down. Make sure the right foot is still parallel with the outside of the mat. Then very slowly make your way into warrior two. Heel to arch. Exhale, bring the hands down, chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, bend the knee open through the hip. Stretch evenly through the arms, reach the right heel toward the floor. Exhale, hover the knee off the floor, pressing away from the floor, lifting the belly. Step it between the hands, back foot flat. Inhale, warrior two. Again, make sure you're heel to arch. Reach out through the arms. The back inner thigh will lift, and the knee is right in line with the middle toes. Lift the chest, but allow the shoulder blades to relax. Drop the right arm, reverse. Bend into the front knee a little bit more if you can. Inhale, back up, lean forward, getting length. Take left forearm to left thigh, right arm up, or take the hand to the pinky toe side of the foot on a block or the floor. Shoulders in line. And exhale, reach the right arm forward, sweep it all the way around for a circle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, big circle. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, big circle around. Inhale, stretch up through the arm. And exhale, circle around. Inhaling up. Look down at the front foot. Press into the heel. Come on up and take the feet to parallel. Then interlace the fingers, press the fists together or the palms in reverse namaste. And exhale to come forward. Crown of the head will reach toward the floor. So if you can straighten the legs, again, shift the weight slightly forward toward the balls of your feet. Gaze off the tip of your nose. Draw the lower belly in and up as you breathe. Start to squeeze the outer hips, inner thighs. Come up with a nice long spine. Inhale. Releasing the hands, turn the left leg out. Set up the arms at a T. Hinge from the front hip crease. Lean as far forward as you can. Take the left hand to the shin, foot, floor, or block. Reach through the right arm. Again, shoulders in line. Try to get length from the left hip crease through the left armpit so that the top of your torso and the bottom of your torso are both elongated. Exhale and reach the right arm in line with the ear. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take the right hand to the right hip. And now we'll lengthen. Inhale, inhale, inhale the right hand all the way forward so it's in line with the ear. And then exhale, exhale, exhale. Take the hand all the way back to the hip. Again, inhale. Sweep the arm. Nice long breath in through the nose if it's available. And then exhale, taking the hand again back to the hip. Now hand to the hip, we'll bend the left knee for half moon. The left hand's about 6 to 12 inches in front, pinky toe side of the foot. Reach the right arm up. Your right heel and right hip about in the same line, and if you could just glance back at your right foot, you should just be able to see it out of the corner of your eye. Slowly, slowly begin to bend that left knee and find warrior two. As you exhale, we'll windmill the arms down and step to plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog and exhale, stretch into down dog. Arms and ears are in line, stretching the weight up to the hips. Reach it down toward the heels. Look forward and step or hop and sit. Setting up for bridge. Today I've got a block I'm going to put right at the base of the spine. You're welcome to take a regular bridge pose or even a wheel pose if that's in your practice. Wherever pose you're doing, make sure to spiral the thighs in toward each other. Keep reaching the tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Keep the chin away from the chest and bridge, and roll the shoulders under if possible. And if you do have a block and you're taking a supported bridge, use this time to completely relax your body, relax your mind. And then come down, draw the right knee into the chest. And then take it off to the left side and twist. Look over the right shoulder. Again, check in with that breath. Make sure the inhales and exhales are nice and long and equal in length. And then head to center, come back to center. Now draw the left knee and extend the right leg out. Inhale. And as you exhale, take the left knee to the right side and twist. Look over the left shoulder as long as it doesn't bother your neck. Again, check in with the breath. Always, always checking in there. Head to center. We'll come back through center and prepare for Shavasana. If you like a blanket for Shavasana or you like to cover up, get that available. I like to take my blanket, roll it, and now today I'm going to put it underneath my cervical spine, underneath my neck for a little neck roll, which feels really nice to me, especially because I've got a flattened cervical curve in my neck. So anytime I can get a neck roll in, it feels great. Then extend the legs out, let the feet flop open. You could also roll up a blanket under the knees for a little bolster, especially if you have any discomfort in the lower back. Make sure the tailbone is reaching toward the heels. Arms by your sides, palms up. Once you find your comfortable position, let everything sink into the floor and relax. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. And while you're resting, our quote today comes from Joseph B. Worthlin. The more often we see the things around us, even the beautiful and wonderful things, the more they become invisible to us. That is why we often take for granted the beauty of this world, the flowers, the trees, the birds, the clouds, even those we love. Because we see things so often, we see them less and less. Take a long breath, start to make movements to reawaken your body. Remind yourself of the beauty all around. Bend the knees, roll off to your right side. Take a moment to be grateful for something, someone or something. Just take a moment, anything at all. What is it? And then let's make our way up. Sitting nice and tall, we'll bring the hands together. Palms touch, hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And the hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications. Let's send out some positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. I thank you so much for joining today. Please push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Visit fightmasteryoga.com. Join our mailing list. If you'd like to leave us a donation or if you can afford to, there's a link below. There's also a button on our website. We also, another way to support us is have a Love Yourself t-shirt. It says Fightmaster Yoga on the back, Love Yourself on the front. We want us all to remember the more we love ourselves, the better the world will be. Bye.